Welcome to the hashtag R6 Prepares podcast. I'm Bill Bischoff, FEMA Region 6 Community Preparedness Officer, and we're going to be talking about community preparedness matters that affect Region 6 states and tribal nations, Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Texas, and the tribal nations therein. We hope you enjoy the show. Welcome, Jamie Cunningham, to the hashtag R6 Prepares podcast. It is a pleasure to see you. I'm Bill Bischoff, the FEMA Region 6 Community Preparedness Officer. And you, of course, if you don't mind, just introduce yourself.
My name is James Cunningham. I am the proud Vice President of the National CERT Association, established back in 2019, and looking forward to being on your show, Bill. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you. And we're long overdue. We have talked so much over the last couple of years as we knew that we were moving towards Galveston in 2022. But the reason for the season today is the National CERT Conference, which will be August. If you don't mind giving me the dates.
Absolutely. So the National CERT 2022 annual conference is going to be held in Galveston, Texas, at the San Luis Resort and Conference Center. And the dates of that are going to be August 18th, 19th, and 20th. On the 20th is Saturday. We'll wrap up by no later than 12 noon to get people out there, as most people are going to head back to their hometowns. But we also have pre-conference training on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Those dates are August 15th, 16th, and 17th. So most people will be arriving on sometime around the 17th. We'll have a welcome reception that night on Wednesday night and get into conference first thing in the morning on Thursday, the 18th.
Fantastic. Well, tell me, because I've had the good fortune to work with you and our other partners in getting this conference up and moving. And just one of the things that appeals to me is that the pre-conference training. Can you kind of get into a couple of the things that are being offered there that you don't always get across Region 6? We don't always have opportunities in our states to get CERT train the trainer, CERT program manager, kind of higher brow stuff. So if you will, share with us what we got.
Right. So obviously when we hold a conference, Johnny, we do, 60 or 90-minute sessions, and those breakout sessions are not enough time to get certificate programs or those programs that might take 2 or 3 days to achieve. And that's the reason why we put together the pre-conference training this year. Yet you are correct. And I hope you can hear the rain in the background, but we have a CERT train the trainer as well as program manager courses being offered. As you know, those are 3-day programs. And then when you look at, we're also offering this year a wide area search and rescue program that's very difficult to get. There's a request from Texas that they're needing that program. So that's also being offered. And for the first time ever in all the different conferences we've done with CERT, we also have a master trainer program also as an option. And for those folks that have a large Spanish population, we're also offering a LISOS program this year during pre-conference training, where people can learn how to be able to reach other areas of community, that are Spanish speaking, and how to put those LISOS program. And as you know, looking at kind of a ready preparedness for the Spanish community as well. So all those programs are being offered pre-conference this year, and we're really excited about that.
That's excellent. I also heard about one. I guess my partner Buffy Waldy out of Mart High School, one of our youth preparedness folks, has a great program year in, year out, teen CERT program there at Mart High School. Is very interested in that. Utah, I guess the University of Utah is doing their what is it, a virtual CERT class? How to teach it? Is that during the pre-training or is that later?
So there is an option. So it's about hybrid CERT, and so that's being offered primarily during the conference. But the key to that is obviously with COVID has changed the dynamics of everything and how we work, how we obviously educate, etc. And so it allows people an option to do online. FEMA has obviously adopted that side of the program, and so University of Utah is going to provide several opportunities of different things, primarily during conference, but also some pre-conference in reference to how to build those hybrid programs and make those work in communities. So you don't have to have people sitting in a classroom for 24 hours at a time. There are ways to use technology to better reach our communities to make sure we're getting everyone that preparedness that we can on the forefront.
Amen. Going back for a moment, the conference, to go to the conference, what is it going to run for National CERT Association members? And is it too late to become a National CERT Association member?
So it's never too late. And thanks so much, Bill, for you and all of what FEMA has done to really partner with the National CERT Association to really make sure we're able to meet our community's needs and build those levels of resiliency that we've been hearing so much about the last year or so. So with that, no, anyone can become a member of National CERT Association at any time. The easiest way to do that is to log on to nationalcert.org. And it's all spelled out, nationalcert.org. And there's a little icon there to push the link, and it takes you to register. It's only $25 plus a couple dollar website fee to become a National CERT member. And especially if you're a volunteer out in our communities, we truly appreciate the volunteerism and the people that are trying to get better and more advanced education at the volunteer level. So for those individuals, we significantly reduce the cost of the conference to only be $330. Again, if you're an NCA member and you're a volunteer, you can get in at the cost of $330. Besides that, obviously, the conference fee is $550 to attend the conference. And we have a great array of nationally renowned presenters. They're going to be at that conference. And we already honestly have several hundred people already registered for the conference here several months before it's even slated to start. So we're really excited about the program this year.
That's fantastic. And that's really great to hear on registration early on, because I know that it's taken a bit, as this is actually the first National CERT conference to my understanding. I know that there's been partnerships where other parts of the country have come in to say last year in Missouri, and also to your home state of Florida and California. But is this the first one, or is it the first national one, or is this the maybe second?
No, you are correct. This is the first official National CERT Association conference that's being put on by National CERT. You are right. Several states have hosted conferences over the last several years that call themselves, National CERT conferences. But as you all know, the National CERT Association, to meet the needs and be able to partner with FEMA so we can continue to grow the excitement around CERT, not only at the state level, but also at a national level. So with this year being the first the formal program being put on by the NCA, we're truly excited about it, which is why we're going to make sure that people that take the time to come there are going to come there with an experience and not only leave with great education, but obviously meet a whole bunch of people. Because as you know, what you're going to get through networking and the social activities that we're planning, besides just the conference breakout sessions themselves, are just as important. So we have a full slated plan. Like I mentioned on Wednesday night, kicking it off with reception time. We're going to all socialize, hang out, have some beverages and some food together, and then obviously kick the program off. And we're also very honored and thank you so much with your help from FEMA that our FEMA administrator, Diane Criswell, is also going to be there this year to help, open up this great first conference and kick it off during the opening planning, as she is our keynote speaker. So having the FEMA administrator at that level to come and meet with CERT members and obviously program managers, etc., is great. But not only do we have great programs and great social activities, but we've got something for everyone. And this is not a conference just for volunteers. We want the program managers, emergency management professionals, firefighter, law enforcement, etc., to come out, because we have several tracks. We have about 5 tracks running simultaneously, in some cases 6 tracks running simultaneously. There is something for everyone. So whether you're a volunteer that wants to get more advanced training at the volunteer level, or your volunteer wants to become a program manager, or maybe you're just a CERT program that isn't, or an emergency management trying to figure out how do I start a CERT program, we've got something in those sessions as well. So great diverse list of programs coming up, and I believe we're over 80 different breakout sessions throughout the course of 3 days, in addition to the general session. So we're really looking forward to a great time.
Can you share with me some of the sponsors? Because I know that we've got some great sponsors that are part of this.
So obviously we could not hold a conference like this if it wasn't for our great sponsors. And Merritt, who's been a friend of the CERT family for many years and now has become very well known in disaster preparedness and response to disasters all over this country, has been a partner for many years from the beginning. And so Merritt has led from the front and has once again joined us this year to provide sponsors. Motorola Solutions is also signed on as a top level sponsor with us this year, and we've got a whole host of sponsors available on our website at nationalcert.org, where we have just a whole host of sponsors that again we could not do it without them, but those are our top levels so far.
And one last thing is, tell me the advantage of being a National CERT Association member. I think I know because I am. And to me, part of it is the partnership and the network, but it's also every time we need something, we tend to go, if we can't immediately find it on our typical resources, we go to Lisa Ruby, who is the training czarina for the National CERT Association, also our new Braunfels partner. And she is able to point us out to the archives that are kept by the National CERT Association. It just seems like that kind of co-op is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and look at the National CERT as kind of a repository of information and places you can go to get information or find people that you can network to help you build something. And so whether it's federal government and FEMA pushing information down and we receive that and disseminate it out to all states and territories, et cetera, throughout this country, right down to including volunteers and program managers, or if program managers are looking for something that they don't know where to find it, they contact National CERT and we can either get FEMA, state, et cetera, involved. We want to be an organization that's on a national level to support their state and territories areas so that they can get the information, be able to have a place to go and ask questions, and be able to put people together and obviously disseminate and share information. So it goes both ways, and we're proud of what we've been able to accomplish with well over 1,500 volunteers in the first 18 months that NCA was even created.
Great. All right, Jamie, I think that's all my questions. Do you have anything on your end that I should have asked, but I haven't?
No, I would tell you this, Bill, we appreciate the partnership between National CERT and FEMA. We appreciate the opportunity to speak to you today. Obviously looking forward to this great conference. And if people have any questions, they can go to the nationalcert.org website, click on that and be able to get everything about the, not only the conference, but about the NCA itself. And my phone number is on there as well, and I'll provide it now. Jamie at nationalcert.org is my email. My phone number is area code 239-825-8075. And we're looking forward to seeing you all August 18th to the 20th in Galveston, Texas.
Thank you, Jamie, for your time here today on the hashtag R6 Prepares podcast. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in a couple of months in Galveston. Thank you very much for what you do and what you continue to do.
Thanks so much, Bill. Appreciate you.
Welcome to the hashtag R6 Prepares podcast. John Herrmann, Galveston County CERT coordinator and a partner of the Region 6 program for years. It is good to have you here.
Thank you, Bill. First National CERT Association Conference, where they are the full sponsor of the conference. And this is a great venue. Galveston Island is right here just south of Houston on the Gulf Coast of Texas. It's a beautiful island, rich with history and rich with things to do and enjoy while you're here at the conference. The conference center is the Galveston Conference Center. It's on the seawall, which is a structure that was built to prevent the island from being overrun by hurricane, tidal surge. And it's a great location because you look out the window directly across the street, nothing is in your view, and you're looking at the beach and at the Gulf of Mexico. And it's a beautiful setting. So we're encouraging CERT members to bring their families, bring their children, to make an outing of it for the time they spend on the island, because there's something for everybody to do and to see and to experience and to enjoy at the CERT conference in August.
Fantastic. Well, let me ask you this. You took a really pivotal role in putting this together and finding the way to get your partners at the local level to work with you to man this conference, to have the volunteers there. But what's that been like? How many folks have you been working with? I know I've been on planning committee call after planning committee call, and I know just from the behind the scenes part of it, that there's a lot of strategy that goes on. What's it like working with your people there in Galveston or in that area?
So Galveston County CERT is the host team for the conference in August. And we're excited to do that. And it's been a learning curve. Nobody in our group had ever put together any type of large conference. So this was new, but we had the experience of two leaders within CERT, one in Los Angeles, Subatai, the other one in Florida, Jamie Cunningham. And they have the experience of putting on these conferences, and they've been sharing their experience with a very large national planning group. And that has been very helpful. It gave us people to lean on and rely on to give us answers where needed. But locally, it's been a very good experience because it's brought CERT leaders together that are neighbors that really have not had that much interaction between their groups. And so we've had an opportunity to meet and to talk and to strategize, but at the same time, we share ideas on what's working in our CERT groups and our programs and our trainings. And that's been very valuable to the whole region. It's not only Galveston County, but the city of Houston, the Harris County, where Houston is located, Fort Bend County has been active. And we don't have regional meetings on a regular basis. So it's been an opportunity for us to share ideas and to get our contact information out to the local groups. So a secondary effect of us all trying to put together a very great national conference in August has been that we have strengthened our local ties, and it's going to make our CERT teams and our response to emergencies in our communities much stronger, much better, and planning for it is going to be so much easier knowing that you have these strong contacts. But the whole state of Texas and the Region 6 FEMA group has really come together to fill in the holes that are created. So we have state representatives that are active and giving some guidance and leadership. We have people like yourself with FEMA that have been active and giving some leadership and guidance in helping to make this happen. Some of the preparedness members of your council in Arkansas and Louisiana, Oklahoma have been active and expressing their desire to be involved. And the more people involved, the more ideas available, then the stronger the decisions that we make will be. And so it's been a great process, and it's evolving daily. The amount of time that is involved in this was a little bit shocking. I wasn't necessarily prepared when I first said yes, that I would, become involved in this. I didn't know the time factor, but as we get closer, more and more time is being required. But we want everybody that comes to the island to have a great experience and to leave prepared to take their CERT team to the next level. And that's what we're really focusing on, Bill.
Well, John, I've got to say thank you so much for leading the charge at the local level and getting this all squared away. I'm looking forward to seeing you there, and I'm looking forward to. You mentioned all these folks that Marnie, Jackie Miller, Lionel Bryant, Earl Smith. There are so many folks that have done so much on the planning. Lisa Ruby. There are many of our partners that are involved. So I think it's all going to be worthwhile. I think we're gonna learn a lot and move forward together at that next level. So thank you, John. I'm looking forward to see you in August in Galveston, and I'll talk to you next time.
Okay, thank you, Bill.
That about does it for this episode. We'd like to thank Laura Brown from Arkansas Tech University's Emergency Management Program for her assistance editing this podcast. And we'd like you, the listener, to give us a like if you're so inclined, and share us with somebody else that might want to help prepare their community. Until next time, take care of you and yours.